It is vital for their reproduction. It's vital for their muscle growth, something that we give our bucks every year before breeding time. And when they start kicking, you just hold on tight. Just gotta roll with it. Hello goat lovers, Crystal here with Blue Cactus Dairy Goats, and today we're going to be getting our bucks ready for breeding. First up we have Huck here. Now he is 1 year old, his sire is Lucky, old luck buck, and his dam is Honey. Okay, so there are a few things that we do to ready our bucks for breeding. However, it is very important to keep in mind all year round we take care of our bucks and make sure to give them the maintenance that they need. So first things first, we're going to trim their hooves. All right, let's get your little hoovy. Okay, so this is 6 weeks of hoof growth. So about every 6 to 8 weeks, we trim all of the goat's hooves. It's really, really important to stay on top of it. And again, this is 6 weeks of growth. So imagine if you went 4 months or something crazy. It's not the funnest thing to do, but it is very, very important to make sure that your animals have a good foundation to stand on and their feet don't start hurting. All right, so the rule of thumb is just take a little bit at a time, because you can always go back and get more, but you can never put it back. So all we are doing is trying to get down to this pad. Now this boy here has really good feet. Let me see, and he gets that from his daddy. Your belly's getting in the way, mister. Okay, so let's see here. So all I'm doing is trying to make that extra hoof growth level with that pad. And then here on the heels, sometimes they'll get a little growth, and I just trim it even. Let's see here. There we go. Just like that. So we'll do the other side. You're being a good boy, Huck. Lovely feet. That is something that is super important to me on the animals that I have on the goaties. Good feet are a really good thing. All right, we'll just even out this back heel, like so. And that's it. And that is a beautiful hoof. Okay, so when you're working with bucks, especially when you are trimming their back hooves, they absolutely cannot stand it. They want nothing by their back end. I can't imagine why. But, so I've already trimmed this hoof. And what you want to do is just make sure that you have your kind of back end here and your elbow in the back of your arm. You need to be able to have control of him because he's going to fight you in most cases. See, like this, like so. Let me see. So see how I got him? I'm kind of just straddling his top side and holding really firmly on his leg here. If you're down here, you don't really have a lot of control over it. So you're just kind of snugging it up here, and then you can get to work, and they just work a little bit easier if it's a little more restrained. So this is what the back hoof growth looks like, and it is always, well, it typically is always a little bit worse than the front, and that is just simply because with their front hooves they paw at the ground, and so some of the just natural wear occurs. Man, let me see, mister. All right, and when they start kicking, you just hold on tight. Don't let them win, because then they just get worse and worse. So just a little bit off that heel there. Let me see, buddy. And just, can you guys see how much better that looks? It just looks great. He's got such good feet. All right, get the other side. And get that dirt and rocks. Again, just little bits at a time. You never want to go too deep. And that is a good back hoof. All right, next up is my boy Legend here. He is 4 years old. His sire is Champ, and his dam was Lacey. All right, so Legend is gonna help us show you guys what we do next. So CD&T is something that we give our bucks every year before breeding time. My does I give 4 weeks before they actually have their babies, but the bucks are different. The CD&T that I use, and I absolutely love this one, is Colorado Serum Company. Now this one you can administer sub-Q or under the skin, or you can also administer it IM, intramuscular. To give the CD&T, you are gonna need a clean syringe, and the syringe has to hold at least 2 cc's or 2 milliliters, because that is gonna be the dose that you give them. And that is for any goat, any age, any size, any weight. So all goats get 2 cc's. And you are also going to need a clean, sterilized needle. Now the needle I like to use on the bucks is an 18 gauge. It's a little bit bigger than the 20 gauge, which is what I mainly use on the does. And the reason being is because bucks have thicker skin than the does, so it just gets in there a little bit easier. CD&T is a vaccine that we give all of our adult goats annually. The kids have a little bit different schedule, but as far as the senior animals, they are going to get it once a year. So the C and D in this vaccine is to help with overeating disease or pulpy kidney disease, and the T is for tetanus. Now tetanus is really important around this time because bucks like to butt heads and be a little bit rowdier, which is making them susceptible to an open wound. And anytime there's an open wound, that is when tetanus that kind of hides in soil can get into their bloodstream. So before you ever give a shot, you want to have alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and a cotton swab, and then you're going to clean the area very, very well to kill any potential bacteria. And for the bucks, I'm just going to give it right here on their right side, right behind their shoulder here. So there's a tuft of skin, and you're going to pull it out, and this is going to be sub-Q. So we're just going to go under the skin with the needle and then give them the shot, and then I'm going to rub it in. So I'm not going to show you guys how to give a shot in this video, just so that the video can still stay monetized. But if you do need to know how it's done, click here. All right, the last buck up is Oregon, and he is 6 years old. His sire is Quicksilver, and his dam is Tucana. Now I am going to give Oregon here selenium and vitamin E paste. Now this is a vital mineral that I actually give my goats every single month, but it is vital for their reproduction, it's vital for their muscle growth, and just helps with immunity. So super, super important mineral to give. The dose for adults is 4 milligrams. They don't all like it, but some of them do, and all of them look really, really cute taking it. Let's see, mister. There you go. Good boy. So all 3 of our bucks that we are breeding this year are all set and ready. What do you think? Today we're going to be making a really, really super awesome bar. This bar here is our blush bar, and it smells amazing. So this bar doesn't have a whole bunch of ingredients, but it is a power bar because of the essential oils and just enough rose clay to not only make the bar beautiful, but also give it those wonderful clay benefits that your skin loves so much. Okay, so as always, we are going to start with our base oils here, and that may or may not include olive oil, castor oil, shea butter, and coconut oil. And to the base oils, we are going to add 2 different essential oils here, of course in the perfect combination to make the most lovely floral scent. So most people have heard of lavender and know the benefits of lavender, but the list is really, really big, to be quite frank. So lavender, if you're using it as aromatherapy, which the bars smell amazing. So if used as an aromatherapy, lavender is really relaxing. It calms you, it helps clear your mind, and leaves you just feeling a little less stressed. And then as far as for your skin, the properties are amazing, you guys. So not only is it moisturizing, which everybody loves a moisturizing bar, but it also has antioxidants, which just help clean the skin. It helps soothe the skin if you have any irritations or rash. Lots of people love to use soaps with lavender in them if you have acne or anything like that. So lavender is an amazing essential oil. All right, guys, so we're gonna pour the essential oil into the base oils here. And as far as the ylang ylang is concerned, it is also one of those really, really amazing essential oils. So it just helps relieve stress, anxiety, depression, and insomnia. It can boost your mood and promote a sense of well-being. So as far as ylang ylang and the benefits to your skin, it is also very moisturizing for the skin. It helps any irritated skin get less inflamed, just soothes your skin big time. It helps promote regeneration of skin cells, just helping leave your skin look healthier and more beautiful and even younger. So honestly, guys, I could go on a little further about the benefits of both of these essential oils, but I think you get the gist. Amazing, amazing essential oils. So the next step is our lovely lady's goat milk. So we are just gonna pour this beautiful creamy goat milk right into the base oils and essential oils. And now we are just going to blend it all up until it is completely blended together, with no little butterfat particles or anything, just one smooth looking mixture. All right, so we are just gonna pour the lye over the stick blender here, very slowly and carefully. Now what I'm going to do is just blend it all together, or mix it all together. I'm not blending yet. So just until it's all stirred together. Our next ingredient is rose clay. Now, I don't always do this, but this here is rose clay, and I did add equal parts of the oils before I added anything into it and stirred it together. Now, what that's gonna do is just allow me a little more time to have it sit and work with it, because it's a small amount, so any just even pulsing is really gonna activate it to start hardening up. So I don't need a whole bunch of the rose clay portion, but almost to the top. We're gonna fill this little guy up here. So I need some for the middle and some for the topping. This is going to be the hanger swirl technique for the design on the inside of the bar. And doing so, I need my batter to be a little bit thick, because I'm going to layer the colors, but I don't want it super thick, because I don't want it cutting through the soap. I want it gliding through the soap batter and smoothly transitioning out. Perfect. Now it is not to the consistency I'm looking for it to be, but I have a couple minutes before I'm actually going to pour it into the molds, so it's going to thicken up on me. As we speak, it is getting thicker. Now for the rose clay portion. Now again, I don't want this blended a lot or anything. I'm just kind of trying to get it incorporated and mixed up. So I'm going to do my best not to make it super thick, and leave it, you know, blend it just as long as I need it. to be blended here, so let's go. Okay, so we are gonna put this to the side here momentarily and get our molds. Okay, so check that out. Okay, that is absolutely perfect. That is what I need. See how fast it thickens up on you guys? Beautiful. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna layer, we need a bottom layer, and I'll show you guys here. So we need a bottom layer, and then we're gonna do rose clay, and then the white, and then rose clay, and then we're gonna top it with the white. And then some of the rose clay portion of the soap batter goes on top, and we will swirl it in to make a beautiful design. So, layering. So here we go. So we're gonna put some on the bottom. And I always kind of get a little nervous I'm gonna put too much on the bottom. But technically I would like my swirl to be more in the middle. I'm going to try to add just a little more this time and not be such a scaredy cat about it. So the clay actually does make the trace increase in speed, so it's going to get thicker on you quicker than if you didn't have clay in it. So just keep that in mind. Because I don't want the rose clay to puncture through the soap, through the white portion, I'm going to be using a spatula just to make sure. And I'm just looking for a line right here in the middle. Not too thick because I need 2 layers in each plus topping. Come on. And yeah, it is wanting to thicken up on me here pretty quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to give it another little stir. There we go. You know, ylang ylang is one of those essential oils too that does want to make your soap trace faster, and also do a little thing that's called ricing. So you make sure you just keep stirring it. Like if it's sitting for a period of time and you need it to pour out of something, or you need to use it for that, like I'm doing, then just make sure you give it a good stir before you start pouring. Alright, so now I'm just gonna kind of make that spread out a little. Nice. The same here. Okay. So at this point, I hug my jug of soap batter. And then I'm going to carefully pour it out. And then, like I said, now this layer I want to be pretty thin, and I don't want it tampering with the rose clay. I want to be the one that moves that around. So we're just looking to put a layer over it. If you pour too quick, it will move it all around. A little is okay. A lot is not. There's always something new to learn with every new ingredient that you use in your soaps. Just depending, it does certain things to the soap and makes your batter react differently. It's like lavender likes to make your soap get real hot. Ylang ylang likes to make your soap rise and harden really quickly. Which in the end result, it does make for a harder bar, so that's cool. Okay, that is absolutely perfect. That was a nice thin layer. I'm just gonna smooth it out. Lovely. All right, so we're gonna swish back and forth, and because it's thicker, it looks like this. It does this on you. But that's okay. I prefer this way because I feel like I have a lot more freedom as to where it's going than when I'm using the spatula. But if I were to wait before it got this thick, then here on this step, by the time I get to this level, or this layer, then it's just too thick. So, just gotta roll with it. Okay, that should be good. Give it a pretty little stir. Oh my gosh, you guys, it smells so good. Now we finish here. We're gonna pour the rest on top. And again, I don't want it moving my rose clay around, so I'm just gonna use the spatula. Okay, we'll come back and fill that. Ugh. All right, I'm just gonna pat this down, even it out here a little bit. See what we're working with. Make sure, if you do it in layers, then as you're layering it and you patted it down, then here on the sides, like there for instance, you won't have those big air gaps when you unmold your soap. Nobody likes to see those, especially the soap maker. I guess I really don't need the spatula at this point. There's nothing to tamper. The rose clay is hidden now. All right, let's see here. Let's tamp it down. Looking to just fill it. I don't need anything heaping for this particular soap. Then again, we are going to add more pink on top. Okay. All right, so now for my copper hanger here. So what we're going to do is just go in, over, up, and then do it again, over, up. Right now my soap is at a perfect consistency, so I am happy with it. There we go. Because it does need to be just thick enough too that it's not gliding so much through the soap that it didn't make any impact whatsoever. We do want it to still move that soap around. Down, over, up, and again. Level it out just a bit. Okay. Now we are ready for the topping. Now this is one of those toppings that I actually love the end result of. I just think it looks so pretty. And it is literally just my big toothpick or skewer, whatever you want to call it, and I just drop this on and I swirl it together. So it is literally just the swirl technique. Super easy, but man, the end result or outcome is just really, really pretty. So here, I'm just giving that a stir. Make sure it's not gonna mess with me and give me issues. And now we are just gonna randomly, no rhyme or reason, put blobs of red on top. Now I'm looking real good here consistency wise, so nothing's getting too thick on me, so I'm feeling pretty safe. But if you did try this soap and you got to the point where it was getting too thick, you're going to really want to start moving faster, because if you use the swirl technique with your skewer, it'll actually start breaking through the soap and leave big gashes in it, if you will. And of course nobody wants that. But me, I'm good. I don't have to rush too much, just the normal rush. And lovely. All right, so now we turn this into something beautiful and not just a bunch of blobs. And again, it's just these skewers that I get at Walmart. And we're just gonna go through and kind of blend those blobs of beautiful rose clay soap batter into the white. Here we go. And I don't need a lot. I'm not trying, a lot of swirls anyway. I'm not trying to completely mix it in by any means. Just enough to look pretty and neat. How neat is that though? What a simple thing turns it into something beautiful. So there she is. Just like that. So that is it, you guys. That is how we make the blush bar. So it is a super powerful bar with awesome, amazing benefits that everybody is gonna love, love, love the scent of. And it's beautiful. So of course we have plenty of blush stocked for you guys at our Etsy shop, so head on over to the Etsy shop. The link is in the description below. And other than that, you guys, we will see you all again soon.
Yeah, I can see the pool and that's about it, and it's a little blurry. Can I focus it?
You can't touch it.
It's low-key kind of blurry. Do you guys think he's French?
Oh my god, he could. Are you close to me or am I close to you? Oh my god, he's so cute.
Maybe he's German. He's cute.
Are you frozen? Okay, sorry. Are you sure you got me?
Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom.
Okay.